Hello everyone, welcome to Divine Debut. This is Kathy speaking. Thank you so much for being here. This is a different reading that I'm going to be doing from now on, probably one a week. It's going to be called the Soulmate Connection, and it's going to be for all signs. So one video for all signs. It's not each individual sign. I'm working with the energies. I'm reading the energies, channeling the messages of the energies that are circling at this time. Now, this may resonate with you. If it does not, then it's not your reading. Please know that a soulmate can be any sort of a relationship. It can be a romantic relationship. It can be a sibling. It can be a friend. It can be a parent. It can even be a workmate. Those of you that are mostly looking at love, and this is, yes, it could be called the twin flame relationship. You know, twin flame, soulmate, other half, all these are name tags. All these are respective of what you feel and how you feel about them, what you feel within your core that they are for you. So it's you know, not about putting the label on the relationship. It's either love, and usually when it's romantic love, because there are so many forms of love, are there not? But when it's romantic love and you feel that it's a very, very strong connection, of course, you know, a twin flame connection doesn't mean that it's going to be, you know, just lovey-dovey and really easy and very smooth sailing. A twin flame connection can also be filled with worries, with stress, with anguish, you know, because we're living our destiny, you know, in this 3D dimension, in this 3D lifetime. We are living, I believe, on different dimensions at the same time. So we do have the power to simultaneously be on different dimensions. I believe that. I don't believe that we're living just our 3D you know, reality. I feel that many times when we sleep and we visit places that we know that we could never have been there before, and they seem very familiar. There are many reasons that make me believe that we do live on different dimensions at a time, and I feel that even with soulmates, twin flames, we come together for a certain reason. Now, some of you may have not met your twin flame, let's say, yet. You may be meeting them when you sleep, when you astral travel. That could be the case for some of you. For those of you that feel that you are together with your soulmate, or you are trying to come closer to your soulmate or twin flame in this lifetime, then if you feel that that's what it is, then you should trust your intuition, and what you feel is right for you, that is the most right. No one can tell you if this is a twin flame or a soulmate only connection. Okay, but what I do know is that both connections are very important, and many times I feel that it's, you know, from our feeling of when we meet this person the first time, how familiar are they to us? What do we feel when we're close to them? Do we feel that sensation of fluttering, you know, our heart fluttering, or we're very, you know, we feel a lot of tension? There is a reason for that. You know, all those strong amplified feelings have got a reason. It's to sort of to make you recognize that this connection is a very important one, and doesn't matter what the label is of it. So I would like to be doing one a week, roughly. I'm not going to put a date on these readings. They are just random. So when you view this video, that's when the message is important for you. Now, which decks will I be using? These beautiful Twin Flame Journey Tarot by Mystic Moon Oracles. Okay, Mystic Moon Oracles she has made her own decks, and she is amazing. I love the way she does her cards and the way she portrays the messages. Very, very, very intelligent. Also, she has the Twin Flame Messages by Mystic Moon. Okay, so these have got messages, these cards on them. And I'm also using the Twin Flame, okay? The Twin Flame Oracle by Mystic Moon Oracles, okay? So, beautiful, beautiful cards. So I will be using the 3 decks plus 1 message at the end of the reading. And I'm using the Moonology Oracle cards by Yasmin Boland. Okay, they're beautiful cards, and what I love about them is that, you know, the moon is all about our emotions. So you will see how I will be using these. I will be reading from the book. It's an amazing deck, and it does help us to navigate probably the time that is important, okay, and the energies of the moon. Of course, the moon has got a lot to do with, you know, things that are hidden, things that are mysterious, okay? So I'm so looking forward to bringing you these messages. Okay, everyone, I will be doing the reading in a way, and we've got new perspectives. So this is the Hangman. This is the tarot that I'm using, okay, but each card has got different messages on it, but it is the Hangman. So, you know, the Hangman is all about being in limbo, waiting for a message, waiting for the enlightenment from the divine, waiting on messages. Okay, now of course this reading is for everyone, so just wanting to mention that, of course, Pisces is the Hangman. So Pisces is all about unconditional love. So let's cut the cards, and I will be explaining as I go. So on the left side is your energy, and on the right side is the person that you're interested in, okay, the other person. So first, I will be taking 3 cards on where you are in this relationship, where you are and where they are in the relationship. So let's take 3 cards right off the bat. And we have the King of Wands, Visionary Leader. So it looks as though you're in a leading mode. So, you know, the King of Wands is a fire sign. So this is Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. Okay, and he is someone who takes initiative. What else do we have for you? We have the World card, which says cycle completion. Okay, so this is where you're at in the relationship. Another card, you have the Magician, manifestation tools. So this is beautiful, and the Magician, of course, is Mercury, the planet Mercury, which rules Gemini and Virgo. But Mercury is all about communication as well. Let's see where they are. Where are they in the relationship? Okay, so they have the Fool with activation. The Fool is a major arcana, number 0, and activation means that they're ready to go on a new cycle. They're ready to plunge into something new, starting over. Let's see what else they have. They have the Queen of Swords, which is sharp and assertive. So the Queen of Swords is Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. Now the signs that I'm mentioning, and the Fool is Aries. Please take note that not all the signs will resonate for you. Okay, so I have to, though, mention the signs. Doesn't mean that they are, you know, their sun is in air. They may be Aries moon and rising in air, you know. Let's take another card, and we've got the Strength card, which is Leo, and it's called Restraint. Okay, so this is where they are in the relationship, and this is where you are. And I will continue with the setting out the cards. Now, next, how do you feel? How do you feel about them? And how do they feel about you? So, how do you feel about them? And we have the answer is no, which really we haven't really asked a question, but let's see what's after that. We have twin flame. Wow. Wow. So off the bat, this is saying that you were or you are in denial about them being your twin flame. The fact that the card is here obviously says that you've probably come to this realization. And we have mute. Mute means that there is no communication. It's quiet. That's what that means here. Let's see how they feel about you, everyone. How do they feel about you? And they have release, which is like the death card, right? Self-worth. And healing. Okay. Okay, so let's explain the cards before we go any further. So, in the position of you and where you are in this relationship. So, you have the King of Wands. As I said, this is a visionary leader. So, obviously, you know, the King of Wands is someone who is very fiery, very active, very spontaneous. The King of Wands is someone who can have a strong ego, but the King of Wands, even if you're a female, it means that there is a lot of masculine energy. So, of course, fire sign, this is Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. That's the masculine energy, because what is fire? Fire is, it's not the element which sits back just like earth does. Fire takes action. So fire is very quick, very, you know, they're right off the bat, straight away they'll act. They will act passionately. They will act with a lot of creativity, okay? So it means that this person can be quite quick-tempered as well, and this person is you. Now, feel free to reverse the roles if you want. If this story speaks to you in the opposite way, that's fine. So this is someone who is wanting to take the leadership, wanting to take action. Here we have got the cycle of completion, and it's the World card. Now, the World card is usually an ending of a cycle, but it's also got to do with a successful, you know, moving through the cycle, receiving all the lessons. And from what I could see here in the visionary leader, the King of Wands, as you could see, he's got a huge bonfire. So it looks like he's burning the past and finishing up with his past. So some of you this could even be closing the door on the past, whether that was closing the door on someone else or just closing the door on a chapter in your lifetime, in your life up to now. So yes, the World card is also, it's got a lot to do with the world. So some of you may be taking a trip. Okay, now cycle completion can speak of having received the lessons. You've got a much bigger perspective of the world at large. So it's as though you're envisioning the world and how it works, how it ticks. So this is like growing, maturing. Here we've got the manifestation tools, which is a number 1. So the Magician, this says that you are ready to take action, you are ready to communicate. If there has been no communication, because I can see that the mute here, as you can see, the mute speaks of quiet. Okay, it's a faceless person here. So with a manifestation here, it does say that, you know, you've got everything that you need. Let's not forget that Mercury is just about coming out of shadow. So it's a time of, yes, communicating, yes, moving forward. You know, when Mercury is retrograde, things go backwards. We redirect our energies inwards. Now it's like redirecting those energies outwards, starting to communicate, start to send those messages, start to take action. That's what the King of Wands does. Okay, so your partner, the person that we are looking at here, the other person, they've got the Fool, and it's called activation. So activation means that obviously something is going to be starting. Okay, now the Fool, as you could see here, this person is looking so footloose and fancy free. They feel so lightweight and they're ready to take a plunge. They're feeling alive. I don't know what it is. What I notice is the beach in the background. Maybe this person had, and it's not even the beach. It's the clouds. They're above the clouds. That's interesting. Okay, so they're up in the ethers. I don't know. Like this person is really like, they've got a beautiful view of what's going on down below. So there's a lot of similarities where, you know, where the World card is concerned here for you. Remember what I said? It's as though they're envisioning the world from, you are envisioning the world from a higher perspective. This is like a mirroring effect, I feel, with your partner. So yeah, they're ready to take a plunge, ready to go on a new adventure. And here they've got the Queen of Swords, which says sharp and assertive. So, you know, this is called, you know, the Queen of Swords is always someone that is very intelligent. Okay, so Queen of Swords does mean communication. It looks as though this person, if there hasn't been communication, that would say that to me that they're ready to start doing that. And there is a very strong intelligence with the Queen of Swords. So they're ready to speak their mind. They're ready to speak their truth. Okay. And sharp and assertive, that means that this person is ready to take a risk and they're going to share what's on their mind. So it could be that they're the ones that are communicating with you first, okay, because of the energy of the Queen of Swords. Now with the Strength card, it's called Restraint, and the Strength card is Leo. Okay, usually this is like holding that inner beast, holding it back, because this inner beast wants to move forward. It wants to tear up its victim, you know, its prey. I should say it's prey because it's a lion. And there is, look at the seriousness here in the lion. This is incredible. It feels as though this person is quite upset. They've been restraining, holding themselves back, trying to calm themselves, but there is a burning desire within, just like what Leo is. This is the time of Leo now, so I feel that there will be communication happening for sure. And you know, when we've got fire and air, it can be a little bit explosive, so make sure that you're ready for this. Also Aries is very fiery, so I feel that there is quite a burning passion here. Double fire and air. Looks like this person is really I don't feel that it's got to do with courage with the Strength card. I feel that there is more a, you know, restraint on their feelings, on their passion. They're trying to hold themselves back from, you know, just blurting everything out. So there is a little bit of restraint here, I feel. But be careful when you have got communication, when they reach out to you, know that they're starting a new cycle in their lifetime. You're practically there as well. I think that you're one step before them. So they're trying to catch up with you because you're at the magician here, they're at the fool. So I feel that it's like a waiting game and a bit of a chasing, sort of like, let's see who's going to be stronger, who's going to be the strongest, who will communicate first, who's going to give up and, go with their passion and not be able to restrain their emotions, to hold back and, speak their truth. So, okay, so here we've got, how do you feel? How do you feel about them? I should say the relationship. And the answer is no. Look at the picture here. There is a drought, okay? There is a drought, and that means that you haven't been watering this earth. So there is a lack of emotions. That's what it's showing me here. And because we have the twin flame card here, we've got here, it's been like zilch. There's been a drought, there's been no rain, there is no manifestation, there are no crops. You're in a drought, okay? And the answer no here is saying that you thought that you felt that this person is your twin flame, but you've been in denial. I truly feel that you've been in denial. And again, we've got a lot of fire here. There is a lot of fire circulating around you. So some of you may have strong fire in your chart. So the twin flame, this is you actually realizing, okay, coming to the conclusion that this is a twin flame connection. And you're at the point where you don't know what to do. There's been an eerie silence, and I feel as though you don't have words to say. It's as though you're waiting on the other person to communicate. So you're waiting to see what they're going to tell you before you can actually communicate back, and know what you're going to say, because, the twin flame card is huge. I mean, a realization like that can stun anyone, okay? Now, how do they feel about your connection? They have release, which is the death card. So, in a way, they're going through a transformation. So, the fact that they're on a new trajectory with the Fool card here says to me that they are releasing a chapter of their past as well. So, with all these eclipses that have happened recently, everyone is going on a different, starting a new cycle. We're purging before we can actually move on to that new cycle. And everyone, of course, on a different timeline is doing this. So self-worth, and they could be, releasing their self-worth if they had issues of self-worth, if they didn't feel worthy enough, right, with the self-worth, then they are releasing that chapter of their life, and they are trying to heal. They're trying to spiritually align, okay? With the healing card, they're obviously meditating, maybe, doing things for themselves, looking at their own self, trying to love and nurture, because that's what, Cancerian time, which just passed. Now we're in the time of Leo, but the time of Cancer was all about loving and nurturing the inner child. If you were not receiving love from, your tribe, from people around you, then you took the initiative to love yourself and to make yourself be happy and know that you are worthy of happiness and all the beautiful things that we can have in this lifetime. So yes, I feel that there were self-worth issues here, but I feel that that is changing, because I feel that with the strength card here, they're building up their strength. Yes, they're building up their courage now, but they're still going through healing here. Now I'm going to take some more cards. Okay, and one of the, I think that the worst thing of all is actually feeling that you are not worth being loved. And you know, situations like that, traumas like that, can stem back to childhood or anything to do with past lives. So it is a time of, it's beautiful having the release card before that. So this is what's being released, and as you can see, it's actually a child here. So it's the child, it's going back to their childhood, that whatever they didn't feel worthy of, they're working on right now, which is beautiful. It's very positive. Now, what I'd like to take now is, where is this relationship heading? Where it's heading in the future. So the question is, though, what do you want from this relationship? What do you want from this relationship? Let's see. So 4 of Cups, missed opportunity. So you feel as though you've missed some opportunity. You're hoping for that offer to come back in. That's what I feel here. Justice. So you're hoping for justice. You're hoping for equilibrium where relationships are concerned. Soul contract, and this is what you want. You want a soul contract. You want your twin flame. You want to find your balance here in this relationship. Now, I'd like to say that some of you may have been in a past relationship where, you know, you've been burned with that King of Wands. You could have been dealing with someone who was the King of Wands, let's say. Because of the World card here, I'm going to say, and the Magician, it can be someone else that was in your life, because we do have the Soul contract and the Justice card here. Okay, so for some of you, maybe you've closed the door on the past because you feel as though this here is your twin flame, your soulmate, nevertheless. And maybe that's why you are at the Justice card here, which says that you may be, you know, this is, you're dealing with the karma of the past. Number 11 is always going through a brand new doorway. It's like reinventing yourself. And we have number 7, charging ahead, in the Chariot. So this is Cancer. Justice is Libra. Okay, so Cancer is the home. It's the family. It's your foundation. It's your security. And the Chariot is overcoming all obstacles. This is even movement. You could be dealing with someone who is at a distance, because we've got the World card here. Okay. And this person is looking across the sea, as you could see here. He's looking right across. It reminds me of the 2 and the 3 of Wands here. Let's see what your other half, what do they want from this relationship? Okay, and we've got the King of Swords, quick wit and intellect. And we've got the Queen of Swords here. Wow, very interesting. So the King of Swords, of course, is someone who is, you know, another leader, someone who's very outspoken. This is someone who is very fair. So obviously what you want is clear and concise communication. And you're looking at the facts. And you're going to be very intelligent about it. Okay? Very intelligent about it. I'm just wondering if some of you could, for some of you, let's say, this person, because we've got the Queen of Swords here and the King of Swords, could they be dealing with someone Could they be closing the door on someone else? Because we've got release, self-worth, and healing as well. So that's interesting here. Okay, let's see what else we've got. We have the Two of Cups, divine partnership. So that's what they want. This is, the Two of Cups. That's what they want. They want an emotional connection, a spiritual connection. Okay, they don't want just, because the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords, they're quite, they're not passionate, they're not emotional, they're not spiritually connected. It's more like they're looking at the facts. It's more like it's business than love. So what they want from your connection is the Two of Cups. So this is obviously a soulmate connection. Here we've got the 16 Tower, divine intervention. Wow. And here comes the Tower, which is, wiping the slate clean and beginning again. So something quickly will be happening. And there's a lot of black and white here. That's what I notice. There's a lot of black and white. Okay, so it's more like looking at the facts, This person is the one that I connect with. This person is with who feels me emotionally. This person is the one that has been there for me forever, let's say. Whatever the case, you've got the Tower here. They're wanting a quick change. Okay, let's take one more card for that Tower, because with the Tower, this is, of course, someone who's wanting to rebuild their life, and they could be coming through very quickly. Okay, so this is like an epiphany. This is like sudden change, like a 360-degree turn. And we've got the Empress, divine feminine. That's beautiful. So suddenly there is the loving, nurturing, motherly love, divine love. This is Venusian love. This is manifestation of the harvest. This is Venus, right? Venus is anything that surrounds love. Okay, now the Empress is expansion and growth. It's abundance. This is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So for some of you, this person could be wanting to have a family with you, of course. And I'm going to say, wow, I'm going to say that for some of you, your partner suddenly will find out that the person that they're closing the door on may be expecting a child. And that's going to be quite the Tower. That is going to be quite the Tower. Now also with the Empress and the Tower can be something shocking as well. And the Empress can be a mother. So there is a chance that they may be having issues with their mother as well. Something suddenly happening with their mom. Okay, but this is the divine feminine. So that's what's showing up there. Showing up as very feminine here. So they're very nurturing, very loving towards you. Suddenly, they were cold. Now they're very loving and very giving. So that's very interesting. Okay, let's have a look at what action will be taken in the future, right? What action will you take? What action will they take? So back to the Oracle. Okay, so let's see the action that's going to be taken. And we've got lessons. Okay, so lessons is like it's either receiving a lesson or giving a lesson out. Okay, so let's see what else we've got. And lessons can also speak of doing your homework, studying something. Okay, so we've also got devotion from your part. So you're ready to devote your life to this person. Very much so at this time. I should say in the near future. And the near future can be in a couple of days. It can be in a couple of months. Let's see what else. So you're offering your heart And here we've got patience. And you're being very patient at the same time. As you could see what she's wearing? She's wearing a wedding dress. So what that means for me is that you're ready to wait. You're waiting for this person for, doesn't matter how long it takes. You're waiting for them to either take you to a prom or to take you to, the church to exchange your wedding vows. Whatever the case is, you are being very patient here. And maybe that's one of the lessons that you are learning in your life, to be patient for someone who is worth the wait. Okay, so I think that you are being patient. You're waiting for that offer to come through. Remember how you've got the four of cups there. Let's see what the other person, what will they do about it, about the relationship. Divine Feminine. We've got Divine Feminine twice. This is crazy. The Divine Feminine, again, is very loving and nurturing. Very beautiful energies. So, of course, this is like, very spiritual energies coming through this card. As you could see, look at all the rays coming from above. This is like listening to the divine, like they're actually, of course, soul-searching as well. But I feel that this is very nurturing energy. We've got that same practically twice. Let's see what else we've got. They've got big dreams. They're dreaming big about what the future can hold with you. Okay? Big dreams, and they may even be seeing you in their dreams, obviously. Okay, because we've got the moon here. So there's a lot of feminine energy from your partner. We've got the Divine Feminine twice. Now this can be, of course, it can be a same-sex relationship or a, heterosexual relationship. So doesn't matter. If this is your story, big dreams. So this person may be dreaming about you, okay, maybe dreaming about you. And dreams can also be like nightmares. Why? Because seeing this huge whale in your dream, that can be quite scary, And they've also got the dark night of the soul that they're going through, and this is right under the Empress with the Tower. So I think that whatever is going on here, this could be like, what I feel is that whatever this Tower is and the Empress, it's going to bring them a lot of sudden change, like a quick change of direction. Now, they may even be dealing with someone else who's going through their dark night of the soul. Because of the Tower, that's why I see this. I'm going to take one more. This could be a shock to them as well. So obviously the Tower can't be easy. Let's take one more card and see what that's all about. And then we've got Admired, which means that I think that the strength that they're going to use, because looking at the whale, there's a lot of strength there, and the whale can mean that there is a lot of strength within them. And even though they may be going through the dark night of the soul here, I think that their strength will be admired, and I feel that they admire you like you wouldn't believe, because there's obviously, I feel that whoever they are dealing with here, it's like night and day. So they're admiring you at what different energies you bring to their life, what different feelings and emotions you bring to them from what we've got up here. And you know, the Empress can be a seductress, you know that. Okay, look at the picture here, look at that. Okay, so, and having the dark night of the soul can be like, if this person has been in a relationship where there's been a lot of temptation, or, you know, the dark night of the soul is very similar to the card of Capricorn, the devil. So this could be like things that this your partner is still dealing with, but I think that they're, you know, being strong, very strong, just like the lion and the whale here. They're going through healing, and I think that they're going to take on the energies of the King of Swords here with the Queen of Swords, because I feel that this Empress is probably the Queen of Swords. And I think that their strength will be admired by others. I truly feel that. All right, so let's take now, I want to take like 3 more tarot cards just to see just the overall energy of this relationship and what the future brings, because here we've still got some situation that is pending with your partner. There's still let's say, you know, shackles on them, but I feel that with the Tower, this is they're slowly moving away from this, but it takes time, okay? It takes time and it takes work. Okay, let's take 3 more cards. Okay, and we've got the Page of Swords, thoughts. Now, many thoughts could be going through your mind. Many messages could be communicated first. You know, messages start from thoughts and then they become messages. So the Page of Swords can also be, it can also be like communication. It can also mean, you know, the Page of Swords can also be like study, doing the work, studying on something, like even spying on someone. For some of you, maybe your partner has been checking you out on social media, or maybe you've been doing this. Let's see what else we've got. We've got the High Priestess, hidden knowledge. So, wow, there is hidden knowledge here that may be coming to light. Okay, and because we've got the thoughts, the card here with the thoughts, and we've got the High Priestess, hidden knowledge, I think that either you or your partner or both of you can probably communicate through telepathy, through just the energies. I truly feel that there is communication that you can feel what they're going through and they can feel what you're going through. So there is a deep understanding, okay, because the High Priestess, of course, can be all about secrets, but I don't think that there can be very like big secrets between the two of you, because I feel that with the strength of the thoughts card and the High Priestess, it's like this person can see you clearly. If you're the one that's trying to hide things, they know this, and it's the other way around as well. So there is a strong communication here. Now, of course, news will be coming through with the High Priestess. Hidden knowledge will be known, and you've got to trust your intuition. 10 of Cups, contentment and joy. Okay, and look at the difference in the cards here. I think that the knowledge, the hidden knowledge that will come to light, and this may even come through just, you know, your dreams, or just meditating, being by yourself, spending some time in that quiet. Look at how dark this card is. Okay, she's very spiritual, right? And she's smack bang in the middle of the light. So just taking some time out, Now, even the darkest of thoughts can bring you, sometimes like going deep within those dark thoughts, there may be enlightening coming from that. So information coming from that. So don't be scared of that, because look at the color of the card there. 10 of Cups and contentment and joy. Now, what I'd like to do, everyone, is to actually take some cards from the Twin Flame messages, okay? I want to see what, if you could send them a message, because there may not be any communication as of yet. What do you want them to know? Even if this is a telepathic message to them, what do you want them to know? I'm going to take two cards for each of you. So your messages to your partner: would you reject me? So you've got doubts, obviously, whether they would reject you or not. And also, if I'm more affected than you know. So obviously you are more affected about them not communicating with you than they probably even know. But I think that they probably do know. I think that they probably do know. And I think that you are going through lessons. You're learning the lessons of devotion at this time, and the lessons of patience. Let's see what your other half, what they want you to know. I don't know if I can meet your expectations, they say. Okay, there's that self-worth again, the doubting. And please don't take what happened personally. It's not you, it's me. So that's what they're sending to you as a message. So that to me is saying that I don't see that there is much of a problem here on your end. I think that the problem was on your partner's end, where they were going through self-worth issues. Of course, you have your own lessons that you are learning, and you're going through a new portal with the Justice card here. Okay, but you know, you've got the 11, which is justice, and they've got the 2 of Cups, which is, you know, if you look at number 11, it's like a 2, isn't it? And then we've got the 2 of Cups here. So you're both feeling the same, but you're on just not exactly on the exact same timeline right now, and you're trying to catch up to each other. I think that your partner is a little bit behind you, but they're trying to catch up. But I feel that the 10 of Cups and the contentment and joy says that whatever messages come through, these are going to be messages that are going to fulfill all those cups of yours. Okay? But it's not the end of the story, obviously. There is more going on, of course, much more going on. Now, for this reading here, everyone, I would like to take a Moonology card to see roughly when are we talking about, what are we talking about, what information can these oracle cards give us about this reading and about this connection, of course. I'd like to say that the big dreams card here is, this could be someone who's got big dreams where business is concerned. And as I said, King of Swords can also be someone who works behind a desk, you know, in the legal field. Okay? And I want to say that they've they've been through they're finishing up, I would say, with the dark night of the soul. I think that they've been through a lot, and I feel that the Tower with the Empress is part of the ending, okay? Because they're on that cliff, ready to take that jump, ready to start a new cycle. So please, Spirit, what's the message here? What does everyone need to know about this connection, this soulmate connection? What do they need to know? What's important to know at this time? Let's take this card, everyone. The answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. Wow. Okay. that is beautiful. So we're talking about a full moon, and full moons always talk about culmination, completion, seeing things, seeing when there's a full moon, it's always illuminated. It's the reflection of the sun. So it's better to have a full moon. You see more than what on a new moon, obviously. So there is some sort of a completion of a cycle, as I've said with these cards here. So let's see what this card is all about. So the answers you need are coming. This card is a reminder that it's important to speak your truth, but remember that your words have consequences and impact your listener. Right now, you need to guard against indiscretion. The answers you need may well come soon. The issue you're facing could well be one or a few conversations away from being resolved. If you're inquiring about a love situation, a little flirting may be called for. If you're in the middle of an argument, this card comes to you as a reminder of the old, very non-Gemini message. Least said, soonest mended. It's good to talk, but be careful you aren't causing yourself any issues with your words. Words have enormous power. As metaphysician Florence Scovel Shinn, 1871 to 1940, put it, your word is your wand. You create magic and your own reality every time you express yourself. So yes, you are the magician. We've got the magician right there. Now this, what the book is saying here, have an important conversation but stay calm. This is saying that, especially with the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords here, there needs to be communication, but keep calm about it. Also, the additional meanings for this card is don't be superficial, be real. Now, the teaching, the lesson here is talk, talk, and more talk as the emotional full moon moves into the communicative sign of Gemini. It's too easy to say too much. So mind how you go if you pull this card. This card can also indicate an enjoyable social event, since the full moon in Gemini is a great time for socializing. This card also augurs well for any study you're either taking or considering. But what I feel mainly with Gemini, it's all about the communication. It's all about receiving the answers that you need. Okay, so I just like to say that the full moon in Gemini, if we are talking time-wise, this is like, of course, the full moon in Gemini happens in the time of Sagittarius. So the full moon in the time of Sagittarius is when this card is referring to. So we're talking roughly December. Okay, so yeah, roughly around mid-December we're talking about. Now that could be an important time for you. Okay, doesn't mean that you're going to be at the Ten of Cups then, but I think that time, around that time, for some of you, not for all of you, not everyone is going to be waiting until December, right? Because this just says that, just like here with the Ten of Cups and the hidden knowledge, okay, the answers you need are coming. The hidden knowledge is coming, and it's going to make you very happy, okay? It's going to complete a cycle for a new cycle to begin, obviously. And full moons are all about intuition. You really need to trust that. All right, everyone, I do hope that this gave you a little bit of information of what's going on with your other half, the other person. I'd love to hear your comments. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Sending you lots of love. All the best.